His hands were always black. Not just dirty, black. Like they had swallowed the night itself. Every child in the village knew it. And every single one of them used it to hurt his son. But what if I told you that those same black hands saved the entire village in a single night? What if the person you were most ashamed of turned out to be the only one willing to do what nobody else would? This is the story of Raju and his father, Hari. A boy who spent years wishing his father would disappear, until the day he finally understood what those dirty hands really meant. Stay with me. Because by the end of this, you might look at your own hidden shame differently. In a small village nestled between golden fields and a slow-moving river in rural India, life moved to the rhythm of temple bells and cattle bells. Raju was 13. He had dreams bigger than his small mud hut. He wanted to study, to become someone the village would respect. But every morning, his dreams collided with the same painful reality. His father, Hari, was the only garbage collector the village had. While other men worked the fields or ran small shops, Hari walked the dusty lanes before sunrise, carrying baskets of waste on his head. His hands, cracked, stained permanently black from years of touching what others threw away, became the mark of his shame. Raju loved his father. In the quiet of their home, when no one was watching, he did. But outside, that love turned into something heavy. Something he wanted to hide. His mother, Meera, would gently say, "Beta, your father's work keeps the village clean." But Raju couldn't hear it. All he could hear were the whispers and the laughter from his friends. Every day after school, Raju would take the long way home just to avoid being seen with his father. If Hari called out to him in the lane, Raju would pretend he didn't hear. His friends would mock him, "Hey Raju, did your father bring home any treasures from the dump today?" The laughter cut deeper than any knife. Raju started lying. He told his friends his father worked in the fields. He even began washing his own hands obsessively, as if he could wash away the family name. Inside, guilt gnawed at him. At night, lying on the charpoy next to his sleeping father, Raju would stare at those black hands resting peacefully and feel tears burning his eyes. Why couldn't his father be like other dads? Why did he have to be the one carrying everyone's filth? He didn't know it yet, but this shame wasn't just hurting him. It was slowly breaking something beautiful between father and son. Then came the sickness. It started with one child. Then two. Then entire families. The dreaded cholera, the village hadn't seen it in decades. People were terrified. The doctor, Dr. Sharma, arrived from the neighboring town, but even he was confused. The source of the outbreak wasn't clear. Fear spread faster than the disease. Families stopped visiting each other. Children were kept indoors. And in the middle of all this panic, Hari continued his quiet work. Every morning he still collected the waste, though now people avoided him even more. One night, after another long day of suffering in the village, Hari couldn't sleep. He sat outside their hut, looking toward the outskirts where the big garbage pile had grown over the years. Most villagers had complained about it for months, but no one wanted to touch it. Hari knew. Deep in his bones, he understood where the poison was coming from. That night, while the village slept in fear, Hari took his old basket, his worn-out gloves that had long torn, and walked alone to the dump under the moonlight. For hours, he worked. Alone. No one helped him. He sorted, burned what could be burned, buried what needed burying, carried load after load until his back screamed and his already black hands bled. By dawn, the worst of the dump was gone. He came home exhausted, collapsed on the floor without a word to Mira or Raju. The next morning, Dr. Sharma made a shocking announcement under the great banyan tree in the village square. The entire village had gathered, faces pale with worry. Dr. Sharma spoke clearly, "I have examined everything. The source of the cholera was the old garbage dump. Someone cleaned it last night. Completely. That single act has stopped the spread. The person who did this saved every life here." The crowd murmured. Who would do such a thing? Dr. Sharma pointed directly at the back of the crowd where Hari stood quietly, hands still black, clothes filthy. That man. Hari. He saved the village while we slept. Silence fell. Then whispers turned into gasps. Then respect. Raju stood frozen among his friends. The same boys who had laughed at him now looked at his father with awe. Something inside Raju broke open. All the years of shame, all the lies, all the hidden love came rushing forward like a flood. He ran. He pushed through the crowd and threw his arms around his father in front of the entire village. For the first time in his life, he didn't let go even when he felt the dirt from his father's clothes on his own clean shirt. He held tighter. Hari, surprised, gently placed his black hand on his son's back. His voice was rough but full of love. "My son, these hands have only ever tried to make things cleaner for others. A dirty hand that works for cleanliness is never a thing of shame." Raju cried like the child he still was. In that moment, he understood. The shame had never been in his father's hands. It had been in his own heart. Many years later, Raju would tell this story with wet eyes. He learned that the mind often creates stories of shame to protect us from feeling small. Psychology calls this social identity threat, when we tie our worth to how others see our family. But real worth is measured by what we give, not how clean our hands look. In Buddhist teaching, the Buddha spoke of right livelihood, that it is not the job itself, but the heart with which we do it that matters. He taught that all work done with compassion and honesty carries dignity. A scavenger who keeps the village healthy performs a more essential service than many realize. The dirt on the hands is temporary. The love and sacrifice behind them, that lasts forever. If you're watching this right now and carrying shame about where you come from, about a parent's job, about your own past struggles, about hands that have done dirty work to feed you, please hear this. You are not defined by what others see on the surface. There is profound beauty in hands that work quietly so others can live better. Let this story sit with you tonight. Maybe you'll look at someone you've been ashamed of differently. Maybe you'll finally embrace them, dirt and all. You are not alone. Your story, like Raju's, can turn from shame into strength. Thank you for staying until the end. If this touched you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. And remember, sometimes the most valuable hands are the ones society calls dirty.